Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading for the month of January. I hope it finds you well, and I hope that if it found its way to you, that it was meant for you. This is going to be a general reading for the sign of Capricorn, so there may be some things that do not resonate. If that's the case, please take what you recognize or check a different placement. Just going to start with the Moonology Oracle deck to get an idea of like your main theme or major event that's really going to shape your month ahead. Ooh, we have Surrender to the Divine, Full Moon. That's a super interesting card. Huh. You might be in a place where you're like really looking for guidance. Bottom of the deck we have Be Bold and Make the First Move. Cardinal Moon. I think you're like looking for guidance on something that you've like really been pursuing for a while, and you're kind of just like on the edge of being able to achieve it, and you kind of just don't know how to initiate it, and you need that like that push to do it. Like almost like you're waiting for a sign to let you know to go ahead, kind of a thing. Kind of the vibe I'm getting from the card saying that you should be bold and make the first move. Pay attention for like any signs from just something that would stand out to you in regards to your spirituality. Look out for that this month. I'm just going to use this Major Arcana deck to get a more rounded out idea of what this month is going to look like. Oh, we got the Hierophant. Yeah, I think connecting with your spirituality is something that's really going to help you this month. Alright. Like, I kind of don't have much to say about it, because that's just what I'm getting overall. It's pretty, like, straight to the point. Like, it's kind of like a feeling of, like, divine timing. Like, everything is going to, work out in time. Look at the Nine of Pentacles jumping out. I think you're at a really good position for whatever it is that's about to come to you. Like, it's just kind of like the timing will be right, and you're going to know when it's right, and you're going to have that courage to, initiate whatever this is. And yeah, just as long as you're like listening to your intuition and you're open to whatever like guides that you believe in or kind of subconsciously think about, you'll be fine. Like, this is something that you'll be able to work out on your own, as long as you kind of like pay attention to your surroundings, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna go in with this Rider-Waite deck to get more of an idea of how this is going to manifest in the month. Okay, and bottom of the deck we have Page of Pentacles. I think, even though you've worked hard to get to the point that you're at, and like it feels like there's like an opportunity that's going to be presented to you, and even though you've worked hard to get to the point that you're at now, you kind of just still have this residue of like not going about things correctly in the past, and not seeing results from things that you put work into. We've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here. And underneath those, we also have Temperance and Judgment, which is giving me more of that feeling of like divine influence, divine messages will, you know, help you know that you're on the right path. Yeah, so I think you just have a lot of like residual regret that's kind of like holding you back. Like, even though you're at this good point and you're self-sufficient and, you know, self-regulatory, you think about like your lowest point and think about like, what if I just end up doing this again? What if I just end up back there again? All right, we have the King of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Queen of Wands in reverse. I kind of feel like you were close to achieving something recently, and it ended very badly. It caused you a lot of like grief and anxiety, and you're kind of just not very confident about yourself right now, and that's kind of leading to this energy. Like, because it feels like this is something that happened recently and is affecting your month overall. Just that feeling of like not being good enough and not going to be able to make this work out because of past experiences. There's this King of Swords here. Eight of Wands in reverse. If this thing that happened recently was involved with like a partner, whether it's like romantic or business partner, I think they just weren't like taking things as seriously as you were, or, you know, they weren't putting as much effort into it, and there was just a lot of setbacks and delays, and you kind of felt like you were the only one making things work. And either you decided to walk away from it or they did. Either way, it's just a situation that's left you feeling not very confident about yourself going forward. But with this card here, I think going forward, you should be in a pretty good spot, Capricorn. Let's see if there's anything else for this. Swords. Eight of Cups, yep. Deciding to walk away from it. I have a feeling the majority of you are the ones that walked away from the situation, like you knew it wasn't going to work out for you. Alright, why do we have this Nine of Swords? Yeah, Ten of Wands, Seven of Swords in reverse. Even though we have like the Seven of Swords in reverse here, and it doesn't necessarily have all of the same connotations of it in the upright, like I get this feeling that you're kind of like nervous to trust again because of it. Whether there is like some kind of dishonesty in the situation, or the person just kind of ended up not being who you thought you were, or who you thought they were, which I kind of get the sense of, because with the Ten of Wands here, like I feel like they just made everything your burden, or they didn't make it any easier on you. And you know, it's not everyone's jobs to take care of us, but it's when you're, you know, like in a partnership, it's, you kind of expect to have that little bit of extra care when you need it, the same way that you would give it to them. And yeah, I definitely feel like you weren't receiving that, and it's made you a little bit wary going forward. And I think also part of it with the Seven of Swords in reverse here, you're at a point where it's like, I'm done playing games. I'm not settling for anything less. Like, no more lies, no more dishonesty. Like, I want everyone to be upfront and give me things at face value. Because it's less of a sense of somebody betraying you or something, but kind of, you know, finding out that they weren't quite who you thought they were. Like, they're not as invested as you thought they were, is kind of the sense that I'm getting here. Yeah, and we've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, it's a situation where you weren't seeing it bear any fruit, and let's see this Queen of Wands in reverse here. Oh, yeah, Four of Wands in reverse. I think for a lot of you, this could have been a romantic partnership, and you really, like, saw a future with them, or you really wanted a future with them, and this has kind of uprooted your sense of it. Maybe you felt like you were very close to reaching, like, the kind of happy ending that we see in the Four of Wands, and now that you've had to walk away from this situation, it's kind of like you don't feel good about yourself, you don't see how this is ever going to happen for you. Just a lot of, like, self-deprecation is what I'm feeling right now. And I totally recognize that feeling. What do we have here? Okay, we've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Fool, and we have the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, this is interesting. Also, you have 3 fours here. That's a really interesting synchronicity to see at once. So I think what's gonna happen is you're going to, like... I don't think this is gonna happen before, like, a new opportunity. You're just gonna reach a point where you're like, I feel so bad about everything, and I feel so distrustful about, like, ever finding this for myself, but I'm not gonna let it keep me from being the positive person I want to be, basically. So, like, with this Four of Pentacles here, you're not gonna let this close you off. You're still going to be just as giving and generous as you were before, like, potentially even to a fault, is, like, the sense that I'm getting from the Four of Pentacles. And it's not that you're not, like, learning a lesson from this, it's just that, you don't want to take away a chance from yourself or anyone else because of a situation that didn't work out with another person. So, you're not necessarily changing your approach to it. You still have a lot of love to give, is, like, what I feel. And so you're gonna just kind of jump back into things with, like, a fresh breath. Like, it's gonna be a breath of relief kind of thing. And, like, taking a leap of faith and kind of just going back after your ambitions. Like, you're starting again, you're going back at it. And especially with the Four of Cups in reverse here, you're going back at it knowing what it is that you want. You're not changing your goal because of the setback that you faced. And I get that too with the be bold and make the first move, and it's all in this area. The first move isn't necessarily, like, with another person, like, oh, there's somebody that you have your eye on, I'm gonna go make the first move to, like, initiate something, because maybe you're not really ready for that right now. It's more so, like, making the first move to get yourself to the position you need to be, like, taking that first step to move forward. That kind of first move is what I'm thinking. Alright, let's see what else we can get for either this situation or, like, further situations coming this month, or, like, what the aftermath of this might look like. All right, bottom of the deck, we have King of Pentacles, though. Wow, going from the Page of Pentacles in reverse to the King of Pentacles, that's a pretty nice sight to see. And the High Priestess, yeah. Following in your intuition, and following your spirituality and just like your spirit guides in general is what's going to get you to this point. In the wake of all this, you're like, I really feel like this doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be like with a business partner, and that could definitely be a financial setback and a, you know, personal setback. But I feel like that for those of you that this is a romantic situation that occurred, you moving forward now isn't towards another relationship. Like you are going to focus on your career right now, which good for you guys. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Cups, and Page of Cups. We say right before the Page of Cups shows up. But like even then, I feel like more of a sense of just creativity and fresh ideas from this Page of Cups rather than like an offer of feelings coming towards you. Like, I think you're going to be getting really in touch with something that you've like thought about since childhood, whether it's been like a lifelong dream to do something or something that you're like, you know, I really liked doing that and I never got the chance to explore it. Something like that. Because I think in the wake of all this, like even if you want to get back out there, you're kind of feeling pretty aimless right now with this Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, like I think a lot of this month is just going to be recovering from some past hurt, and then, you know, kind of just taking a little reprieve to recover from that before just really stumbling upon the thing that you want to do, is the sense that I'm getting. Like you're kind of thinking about it, you're not like slaving away at it day and night, like you're just like, you know, throwing out ideas to yourself, and it's gonna just flow into being, basically, is the sense that I'm getting, especially with these like watery cups here. It's like your ideas are just gonna flow, and then that little stream of ideas coming through is gonna turn, or that little trickle of ideas coming in is gonna turn into a stream of, you know, something much bigger to come. Let's see this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, after this period of, you know, being kind of aimless and just taking some time for yourself to get back in touch with yourself after, you know, this period of self-deprecation, you're just going to have this feeling of like, well, what do I actually want to do? And you might feel a little frustrated during that time, but you are going to come back around to this like exciting new thing, basically. All right, and then we've got the King of Wands and the Ace of Cups. That's nice to see. I mean, for some of you, this could definitely be a new romantic offer on the horizon, and it's going to be like a very nice, fulfilling relationship with someone who is more excited and more like serious about the things that you are compared to your previous relationship. But for those of you where that's not the case, it really does just feel like you're going to be totally in control of like realizing what your like passion project is and going after it. And then you're going to start finding the foundations of it within this month, I believe. All right, we have Justice in reverse. Especially seeing it in this area where we were talking about like, this is kind of just about you and how you feel and like your dreams and your actions that you're going to be taking that relate to you and your integrity, kind of. Like, I think with this success that's going to be coming to you, you're going to have this sense of justice for yourself. Like, I don't think you're going to have to be like reflecting on something that you did necessarily, which for some of you that might be the case, but it's more so like feeling justified in your situation with that person. Like maybe someone was telling you like you're not realistic about things, you're not going to be able to do the things that you want, and you're now getting set on the path to do something that you've always wanted to do, and it's kind of just this feeling of like, you didn't believe in me when you should have, because here I am. Yeah, Seven of Cups and the World here. I don't see this in relation to the page itself. I think it's kind of your mentality going into this situation. Like, here I am now, and here's everything I had like just a few months ago and thought like that was going to be it for me, is basically the sense I'm getting from that. Alright, so with this Major Arcana deck from earlier, the back of the deck is going to be the lesson that you should be learning this month, basically. And we have the Star, which is such a fucking lovely card. Excuse me. I just get so excited every time I see this card, because it's a card of like hope and faith and renewed faith, and it genuinely gives me a feeling of excitement because of that, because it's just the embodiment of it. But yeah, like keeping that faith in yourself, in your spirit guides, whatever it is that you depend on to like carry you through life, in your experiences, it's definitely going to lead you to the success. Just have faith in yourself and the world around you. We're gonna get one last Moonology card as kind of advice for the month, something that you should remember this month, or something that'll kind of carry you through. Emotions are running high, Supermoon. Your commitment is being tested. Yeah, so especially coming back to that feeling that I was mentioning earlier with the surrender to the divine, and you're going to be kind of on the precipice of something that you've been wanting to reach. It definitely does feel like a time of like, do I really want this? Like, do I want this enough to go for it? And it's super high tension. But I definitely think you're going to be making the move to go after your dreams this month. And yeah, that is the end of this reading, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated with you. I hope you join me again in the future for another reading. And yeah, I wish you guys a lot of luck. It looks like you've been through some pretty rough things, but there's some pretty good days on the horizon coming for you. And yeah, I'm sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care.